What is up, my friends? So, we have been waiting for, I would say, like 5 years now for a Five Nights at Freddy movie ever since the rumors and everything started to start to come up, and people were just wondering when it was coming. For a while, it was supposed to be brought to us by Warner Brothers. All of that got squashed, and now we have the latest is that Blumhouse is actually going to be releasing the film, and they say that the film is pretty much getting ready and starting to turn on the gears at a faster rate than it was before. So that's a good possibility we might be seeing this film by the end of next year. Sometime in Halloween time, I would say. Depending on how everything goes with productions and everything with movies in today's world, it's going to be interesting exactly how they can do this. But with a film that largely deals with animatronics, I don't see that much of a problem as other films that might deal with a larger cast. So there's no denying that this film can go ahead at a faster rate than other films. But I'm excited also to read that Chris Columbus is actually going to be directing this. And if you're not too aware who Chris Columbus is, he's behind a pretty good amount of movies that have done a pretty good amount of money in the box office. And some of those films include Home Alone, the Harry Potter series, not all of them, but the first two, also Percy Jackson. So he pretty much knows how to dabble in fantasy, and I think that he's a good pick for this, especially somebody pretty seasoned. So Blumhouse is going to be releasing this, and so if you're not too aware who Blumhouse is, you probably haven't seen a horror movie in the past 10 years because they are pretty much the head honchos when it comes to horror films for the past decade. They release films such as Get Out, which are more, I would say, higher level horror films, and they also release films such as Truth or Dare, which are more of your guilty pleasure horror films. So they pretty much have a wide spectrum of horror films they deal with, and they produce one of my favorite horror films of the past 10 years as well. Actually, really heavily behind it is Happy Death Day. So they know what they're doing when it comes to this. So I feel pretty happy to know that Five Nights at Freddy is in their hands, and I cannot wait to see exactly what comes out of this. So as I said, we don't have an official release date for this film yet. They did say they are working pretty hard at getting it released out there. So as I said, I'm guessing a 2021 release date would make sense. And not too sure exactly what the story is going to follow as well either, but they are saying it's going to be pretty much Scott is going to have a lot of influence on this, so he is the creator behind this. So they had an original script that was rewritten after Scott didn't like it. So I mean, if they're doing that much for it, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a pretty good tale that they're trying to conjure up for us. So I am excited to see whenever we get a first look at this, a first teaser, which might not be till like next summer. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. And I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with that Nicolas Cage film that sort of seems like a Five Nights at Freddy knockoff. If that film is going to come out before it, and it might give a weird vibe to people to see this and then see a Five Nights at Freddy film, especially if they're not too familiar with the source. Which, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy is a very popular series, but for an average consumer, they might just be like, "Isn't that the Nicolas Cage movie we already saw?" So I'm not sure how exactly they're gonna deal with all of that. So it should be interesting. Also, how do they navigate this world where video game movies are so hard to make? And the reason they are so hard to make, which I've already came to understand over time, is because a video game gives you so much freedom that everybody plays it so differently. So your experience of a video game is vastly different from another's experience, and what you liked in it might be something the other person didn't like. And so I think when it comes to making a movie, you have to really look at every detail and aspect and make sure you include it in some form or way that makes sense for a singular narrative, not an open world narrative where you have many options to do stuff. So I think that's one of the reasons that video game movies are so hard to make. But in the recent days of video game movies, we've seen that they've been able to pull it off, such as Detective Pikachu, Sonic, and I don't know. I think that they can pull it off with this, and it should be interesting to see how this will come out to be. If it proves to be a success, there is enough material there to continue it being a series. As I said in my other video today for the kissing booth, there's a lot that they can pick and choose from and really get that going. It doesn't have to follow the same story itself, but as long as you have the elements of it and you got your favorite animatronics we all love, I think that they can definitely pull something that's gonna make some pretty good bank for them. So, Five Nights at Freddy being produced by Blumhouse, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, Blumhouse is on a roll. They have Halloween coming up later this year, so I would expect them to want to plug in the Five Nights at Freddy, because if this takes off, that is their next Halloween. That's their next franchise series that they can really take home with it. So I would expect to see some sort of teaser trailer by then. This Halloween movie is going to drop, if all things go to plan, this Halloween, depending on what state we are in. And that would be the best time to really plug in this Five Nights at Freddy film. I feel it doesn't even have to be nobody casted or anything, but just maybe one of the animatronics appearing. I'm pretty sure they have something. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on a Five Nights at Freddy film? Do you think we've waited too long and you've lost interest in it, or are you just getting started with it and cannot wait to see where this takes us? Let me know below in the comments. But are you excited for the Five Nights at Freddy movie, and are you going to be picking up the game once it does come out later this year? Of course, we know the whole fiasco of Funko Pops releasing some not really spoilers, but sort of like a first look at it before even the game creator, developers, all of them got a chance to do any sort of marketing for it. It was a pretty big oops, or maybe it was all planned. Who knows? We'll see. But if we get any information about the movie, it will be as well when that game releases. So by the end of the year, we for sure will have some more first looks, maybe a cast and all of that announced for the movie. So we just gotta wait and see and be patient with it, and hopefully we finally do get this movie that we've all been anticipating for quite some time now. So that is going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts. As I said, are you excited or not? Do you think that this could definitely go somewhere, or do you think that it's just going to stay in Hollywood limbo and we're not going to hear anything about it? Because that's how I feel about the Minecraft movie, which we've been getting speculations, rumors for the past years, and they're saying they're almost close to getting it, but I can see why they're not there yet. But I feel like with Minecraft Dungeons now coming out, there's something that they can work on there for a story, and I really think that there could definitely be some potential for a huge series, whether that's a movie or a series, which is supposedly happening over on some streaming platform. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. Let me know your thoughts about all of that. Five Nights at Freddy, leave it or keep it. Anyways, as always, that is going to do it for me. Make sure you turn on the bell for notifications and subscribe to my channel so you know when I drop those videos, because YouTube likes to play with the subscriptions. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't, and it's just like that. If you have the notification bell turned on, you will automatically get a notification when I drop a video. So whenever we drop these Five Nights at Freddy updates, you gotta know to be in the know, right? So make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Anchor. Anchor's where I post a lot of music stuff. I'm gonna be updating that pretty soon. Twitch is going to be gaming, so once I start gaming more, which will be probably in like a week or so, when the Ghost game comes out, I will definitely be live streaming that. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you follow me over there on Twitch. And then Twitter, I will be updating more as days go by, trying to clean that up. Yeah, as I'm getting everything ready and situated to try and elevate this channel, this whole brand and everything to another level of more content for you, a lot more interaction as well, that I'm trying to build a community of sorts. It is going to be coming straight from my Twitter and also on here, but so you can be more up to date, Twitter is where you gotta go. So make sure you're following me there. But anyways, as I said, let me know your thought on this movie. Do you need it, or do we can keep it? Like, can Hollywood keep it, or should it be out soon enough? Let me know. Anyways, as always, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. It's 20,000 subscribers. That's our next goal. Stay safe. Stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, why don't you go ahead and check out one of the videos on the left. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. Stay positive.